The snow has started to come down. Driving conditions are expected to be difficult as a big storm rolls in. Let's take a look now at the storm system here on the radar. No denying it's here. The region pretty much blanketed by a wave of snow, and not just a little bit. We're going to be waking up to a winter wonderland tomorrow. Some of us could get a lot of snow, up to 8 inches deep. And now we have team coverage for you tonight. Before we get to our current conditions in two major Massachusetts cities, we want to get started with Chief Meteorologist Pete Bouchard. Pete, all right, the snow is falling, and it's pretty heavy right now, correct?
Yeah, Monica, it is. And visibilities are going down, too. The heaviest snow is now through 5 o'clock in the morning. So we have a streak going here. This is going to be several hours long, difficult travel overnight. Thankfully, not a lot of us traveling. Lighter snow after 5. The storm should wrap by noontime, and we have fluffy snow for most of us. Along the coastline, it'll be a little bit wetter, a little bit stickier, we'll say, but not like sloppy like oatmeal or anything like that. You see the heavy bands of snow and the darker shadings of blue, and you're watching that through Connecticut and down through Rhode, too. We're still closing the gap here and just about ready to close it entirely on the South Shore. We've been waiting for the air to saturate completely, and I think we're just right there now. You can see how long it's taken right around Taunton and back over towards Plymouth. But, man, we are snowing really heavily at times right now, up through the Merrimack Valley, back through Greater Worcester, back into Western Mass, too. You do see some dry air coming in around New York's Kingston and Albany. But we think this is going to close up a little bit. You can already see some of that closing. And we're in a tremendous area of lift right now in the atmosphere. That will carry us for the next few hours. So we'll be able to generate more precipitation, too. You'll see this through 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And we do see a little bit of a mix coming down through Chatham. And we've lowered our totals, kept them down between 3 and 5 across southeastern Mass, just because we'll have that mixing. Now, we are watching at the tail end through the morning, some ocean effect trying to get through here, too, on the North Shore. That will keep that snow going, lingering, I should say, until mid-morning, and then some breaks in the overcast. 5 to 8, and we'll look for 3 to 5 on Cape Cod and the islands. But 8 plus now, perhaps even into parts of the Merrimack Valley and the seacoast. You can see this through Pepperell. Elevation will help. This is a fluffier snow, too, so this piles up a lot quicker. Monica, back to you.
All right, Pete, thanks so much. Let's head to Worcester now, where the snow is really falling. You see it here. That's where we find Malcolm Johnson. Malcolm, what's it looking like, and how's the city preparing for this?
Well, it's not looking too good right now, Monica, because just a moment ago, there was hardly any of this. And then I'd say about 10 to 15 minutes before we came here on air, it started coming down and in a hurry. And as you just heard Pete say, it starts to pack up pretty quickly. We are joining you from Front Street, just outside of Worcester City Hall. You can see on the roads here, they're already starting to pack up with snow, little slowly but surely. They have a lot of DPW workers out here on the roads throughout the evening. We'll be working through the early morning, and as you look up towards the streetlights, you can see the pace and ferocity with which this snow is already falling. Tonight, Department of Public Works crews that are laying out salt and sand on the roads came in at 8 o'clock, and additional crews began coming in just a few minutes ago at 11. Multiple departments, including sewer and streets, are tasked with prepping and later on plowing snow on the roads. A big obstacle they're facing is not knowing how much to prepare for. One crew member joking with me, saying they'll probably be done working by halftime of the Super Bowl. So they're getting ready for everything in between as little as 5 inches and up to a foot. These crews are also thankful for the many contractors that assist them on the job and know their assigned routes well. David Rutherford, a former Worcester police officer and now city contractor, has been doing this work for 20 years. What time are you looking to start tonight?
Probably after midnight. I'm thinking after midnight. We'll go right into the morning, depending on what time it picks up. If it picks up earlier, we'll come out earlier. If it stays heavy into the morning, we'll stay out until the afternoon. Whatever it takes. I mean, it's winter, New England. You got to expect it.
Get at it. Okay. And as you take a look at the tracks here on Front Street, you can see just how difficult it is going to be for cars as the hours continue to move forward into the early morning. We have talked to some of the crew members with DPW. They say cars out there on the roadways parked in the wrong spots is one of the major obstacles that they have. They say go to worcestermass.gov and you look under parking and you can find out where you need to be parked so that you can avoid being ticketed and towed. For now, we are live reporting in Worcester. We'll continue to keep you updated, Monica, as our viewers should know what things look like as the current conditions will change. We are reporting in Worcester. I'm Malcolm Johnson, NBC 10 Boston.
Malcolm, thanks so much. Wow, it is really coming down there in Worcester. Public Works crews have been racing against the clock to get the roads ready for this winter system. You saw that in Malcolm's piece there. Well, Mass DOT leaders say efforts will be ongoing throughout the duration of the storm. We're talking statewide.
Well, we've actually had some treatment out for the last 24 hours, getting pre-treatment down, ready to go. As this really picks up, we have about 3,000 pieces of equipment ready to go. I expect we're probably going to deploy about 2/3 of that at the peak of this storm. But
so Mass DOT says late morning tomorrow will be the best time to go out and pick up any last-minute items for Super Bowl parties. Mass DOT looking out for us all, both in regards to the storm preps and for Super Bowl Sunday. First Alert meteorologist Sydney Welch joining us now. Sydney, all right, so what's the consistency of this snow, and when will the heaviest flakes fall?
Oh, yes, we're going to see, as far as the snow coming down, we're going to see those rates increasing within the next hour or so. What you saw Malcolm seeing coming down, that's what it's going to look like these next few hours and even pick up from there. But that's decreasing the visibility, half a mile of visibility in spots like Bedford. Seeing Worcester, 3/4 of a mile of visibility, 1 mile of visibility for spots like Boston. But notice the further west, the further north that you go, that's where we're seeing those 1/2 and 3/4 mile visibilities. Not good. Some blowing snow as it continues to come down, and definitely not good conditions on the roads, especially because we're going to see 1 inch to 2 inches of snow per hour through these next few hours. So at least 1 inch per hour going through 11 to 12 to 1. We're going to continue to see that piling up, and the lighter and fluffier it is, the further north you are, the colder those temperatures are in spots. That's where it's really going to be piling up and doing so quickly, like we saw there in Worcester. By the time that we head into the early morning tomorrow, we're at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, starting to see those rates lowering a bit, but mainly by 5 o'clock in the morning, that's going to be when it does start to improve as far as how heavy that snow is coming down. So our road conditions tomorrow morning between midnight and 5 o'clock in the morning are not looking all that great, really across the board. We will talk more about the consistency of the snow, and of course, Pete will time it out for you coming up.
All right, Sydney, thanks so much. All right, let's get a check on the current road conditions. Our weather warrior's been out all night long. Right now, they're on Route 12, heading south towards Leominster, and our photographer, Dom Aielli's behind the wheel. Dom, you wanted the snow. Looks like you're getting it. What are the roads like?
I have a big smile on my face. Monica, happy Saturday night to you and all of you watching. Weather Warrior and I have made our way to the Fitchburg-Leominster line, the usual snow jackpot area, Route 12 South, which takes us to Route 2. As you can see from the dash camera, we have snow. Mother Nature playing the part of Jason Tatum tonight against the Knicks, just snowing down shots. Started around 9 o'clock with that powdered sugar consistency. And now the sugar is really falling from the sky. And with that, the roadways, I will say, have definitely gotten a lot worse. You can feel the snow squishing underneath your tire, and it kind of pushes your vehicle along. So hands at 10 and 2, make sure you're very careful. Use your directionals, brake early, do not, go too fast, because as you can see with this red light in front of me, slow and steady wins the race. I'm not going to slide through the intersection and hit that car. Luckily, as you saw that car's front tires, I don't know if dash camera saw it, the front tires were spinning, just trying to get traction. So that's the kind of roadways we have tonight here in the Fitchburg-Leominster snow jackpot area. Back to you, Monica.
Don, thanks so much. Yeah, those roads are completely covered there. Take it easy out there. Be careful. All right, let's check in on Boston now. The incoming storm isn't enough to keep people away on a Saturday night. Mary Marco's there on Boston Common with more on how people are planning to get home tonight, Mary. It looks like the snow's falling pretty good there as well.
Yeah, Monica, it's sticking to my hair. It's sticking to the ground. It's not quite sticking to the roads yet. Thankfully, the timing works out so that a lot of this will be cleared off the roads by the time we wake up tomorrow. But it's still going to get worse, and there are plenty of people here in Boston who have to make their way home tonight. From grabbing a bite on Newbury Street.
Do we want to walk back?
No. Probably not.
To going for drinks in Southie.
When that snow starts coming down,
don't order the
Uber. It's hard to find an Uber.
Don't order the Uber right when the bar closes.
Doormen say the incoming storm isn't keeping people away from Capo.
This is like a sweet spot where I think we're going to be just as busy, and it's going to hit late, and just hope people are prepared for it.
And it's not stopping them from getting a last-minute skate at Frog Pond either.
We are living without fear today. We are living just with the intention of having a great time.
So how are people getting home?
I think we're going to tee back. It's a little far to walk. You know, if the plows do a good job, then we'll be on our way. We do have a truck.
Commuting at this time of year is very tough. Tough on the mental.
Boston Mayor Michelle Wu decided against a parking ban thanks to the storm's timing.
We're always very lucky when this happens, when school is not in session, so we'll be working as hard as we can, as quickly as we can.
And she says the city is ready for it with 41,000 tons of salt on hand, 175 pieces of snow removal equipment in-house, and another 800 on deck if they need it. Now, Mayor Wu says snow removal crews will be out throughout the night, but the roads might still be slippery tomorrow morning. So if you have anywhere to go early tomorrow, just drive slow. Keep that in mind. Live in Boston, Mary Marcos, NBC 10 Boston.
Good advice, Mary. Thank you so much. And while some might be dreading the snow, I mean, others are pretty hyped for what's expected to be ideal conditions for skiing. Skiers were already lining up at Neshoba Valley Ski Area in Westford tonight. Resort officials say last year was a real challenge with the lack of snow. This year's been a different story. The resort's been able to produce snow in mass amounts.
You know, this year has been fantastic with all this cold air around, the snow in the mix. The conditions are fantastic, and people are really having a lot of fun with it.
And the area is slated to open up tomorrow morning at 9 if you're interested. By the way, they also offer snow tubing. And be sure to stay with NBC 10 Boston, your trusted source for weather coverage. We will have the latest on the impact of this storm, of course, right here. And then early this morning with our friends on Weekend Today. They'll have much more starting at 5:30.